Top of the time zone to you. This is Fretty J here, and we're back again with another episode of Monday Night Respawn here with Tyler BREADMAN, and we're gonna go ahead and interview him with his journey with the Respawn recruits, and now he's a Respawn partner. So let's get underway. All right, and we're here today with Tyler BREADMAN, 2022 Respawn recruit turned partner. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I am doing pretty good, pretty good. So, one of the big things I wanted to ask you about first, how did you get the name Breadman as
Ooh,
part
that's
of your
tough.
brand?
That's tough because the name kind of came around. I was younger and I wrestled. I did everything else. I was always in everything. And at one point, I had the name Bruna Boogie, which was just a play off my last name, which was just stupid, but it was there. And I was like, oh, it's funny. And then, and this is such a stupid backstory. I could not remember my login for Instagram. I think I was in like middle school and I was like, what is my login? I think at the time it was like Tyler Blenderman. Don't ask me why. I literally have no reason as to why it was named that. But and I was like, okay, well, what is it? I was like, we were spouting off ideas of like what it could be. And then I say Tyler Breadman. And then all three of my friends, Nolan and Colin and Evan, were all sitting around me. And then I go, oh, and it just like birthed a new name. We all just looked at each other and was like, that's it, we're done. And then I figured it out. It was Tyler Blenderman. And then I changed it to Tyler Breadman immediately. And it's been like that since middle school.
I guess you loved it, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I loafed at the.
Yeah, it's a good one. Like, and the crazy thing is, so every time I see, because there's like an account that designs clothing and stuff. I actually saw someone made some bread style jackets, and I was like, I need to message you about it at you immediately. So that way you have your eyes on
Yup.
it, so you could be more on
Honestly,
brand.
that is something that I need. If they weren't so expensive, I would have already bought them.
Right.
And those things are pricey, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the main thing stopping me is like, okay, once I get some extra money, I'm be like, boom, I'm cashing in because there's like so much cool stuff I want to get.
always. There always is something, right? You know how it goes.
Right. But
Oh,
back to where we are today. Um, Another partner, 2022. You did the respawn recruits. Was that your first time?
no, that was actually time number 3.
Okay.
So I I flopped out of the first two. The second one I ended up making it I think to 500, and then at that point I wasn't that into streaming. I was like, ah, this is interesting and content creation as a whole. And then I was like, ah, 500, whatever. I just tried it. Doesn't really matter. The first one I didn't even make the first cut, so that's embarrassing. But yeah, I didn't even make it. I just wasn't in it enough. And then from there, the third challenge, I was like, you know what? Like I'm actually going to put a lot of effort in, at least as much as I could. I mean, obviously, super busy in that sense of full time student, part time working. Like that is tough. You know what I mean? It's a tough balance.
Right. Let's go into that balance real quick. So, 2022, that was when you actually won. Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
The big thing that I wanted to ask about was what did you do, and how was you able to manage to do uh whatever content you needed for the respawn recruits while being a student and working as well.
Honestly, it's kind of a miracle. That's the way I like to phrase it every time someone asks me is like, "How did you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't even know." And I think looking back at it, I think that I just used my whatever free time I had. Obviously, now during the challenges, it is very much a here's your challenge, go. But back then, it was basically whatever funny, good content or anything you could post. Back when I did it, it was all gaming clips. Every single one of them was a gaming clip, and I was like, okay, how can I be different? And I think that is what stuck out because if you remember right, I didn't actually win like in the main partners. I lost. Like I was top 10 and then I didn't make the cut for the 5 or so that they brought through. But then they messaged me after. And that was like I'll be honest, it was very very rewarding having them come back to me and be like, "We actually want you." you know? And so, I mean, I remember I'd get out of school and I would ride my electric longboard back to the dorm and I'd be like, all right, time to make a video. What can I do? And I would just start, the gears were turning, but very slowly. And so I was like, okay, what can I do to make this different? Ended up getting like a bread costume that really just kind of tied into the Breadman theme. And posted unique content that like no others were posting. You know what I mean? Just something more personal, and I think that that stood out a lot more, if that makes sense.
Right, I got you. I got you. I really do like that. I really do like that. Um, so you're on Twitch. You're
Yep.
also on TikTok.
Yes.
So pretty much, what do you think really helped you put your foot in the door and like kept you going? Was it more Twitch or more TikTok at in 2022?
I think that. Oh man, that's a tough question too because I was on this streak basically of since recruits started, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go live at least every single day. Now, some of those streams were 30 minutes because I had life to do and homework to do. And okay, well, I get off work at 9. I need to be up by 6. Well, I only have a couple hours. So let me just roll this stream. Let's do something fun and keep going. But I remember I had like a 3 month long, I think it was 3 month long stream streak of at least streaming every single day for a period of time that was entertaining. So Twitch helped that a lot, but I honestly think that TikTok did a lot more because I was putting more effort into making those videos, cross posting them on Twitter, making sure that everybody saw them, especially Respawn, because they didn't have like a bigger audience on TikTok. So like their most of their interactions on Twitter. And I think that doing both and cross posting helped a lot. But making just unique vertical videos, or yeah, I made a couple of horizontal ones, but the vertical video where somebody could look like, haha, that's funny, and then move on. But leave a like, leave a comment, stuff like that.
Right, okay. Now, what I wanted to mention back on Twitch, if you had a game that also helped you keep going with that same energy and attitude that kept you going to do that streak, what game was that for you?
Valorant, as unfortunate as that is, bro, ruins my mental health. But Valorant was the consistent game that I could play that I was like, okay, awesome. And then we moved into shout out Noctis Nexus because a lot of content came from the uh, second Nexus SMP, which I think was huge as far as networking goes. And I think I can really pay a lot of homage to that as to why I was able to get so much content and meeting a lot of new people that supported me in the Respawn journey, that vouched for me and was like, this is awesome. Like, continue going, you know, keep going. And those really helped a lot. Um, and then moving into like kind of like what I love doing now is like the tech side of unboxing or new equipment or kind of fun stuff like that now where I can be like, oh, well, this is my honest opinion of this product, you know? It was a very mixed bag of everything.
Right. So last question. I
Hmm.
know I said I was gonna try to shoot for 10. I ended up 30 because we're listen, we're talking about some good stuff, so it's gonna
We're
happen.
having good conversation.
So this doesn't have to be a 12-minute video, to be fair. It's just
Yeah, fair enough.
but
We
what
happen.
but what's I guess the biggest takeaway if you were giving one of the recruits who may be watching this right now or interviewing you right now?
Maybe. Oh,
what
maybe, huh?
what's the biggest thing that you want to give out as advice to one of them?
I mean, the most basic advice that you could get from anybody, and I think that literally every single partner has said this, is be yourself and be genuine, right?
Right.
That's like the coolest advice ever because you should just be yourself. Like everybody is unique for a reason, and I truly believe that. Um, but I also think that the best advice I can give you is everything happens for a reason, right? If if this video that you didn't spend or this if say if you have a video that you spent 3 hours on editing and it doesn't pop off, okay, the discouragement from that is unreal. I get it. I understand genuinely. But you post a video, you're like, stupid clip, whatever. That's what happened to me, and that video popped off with like 400,000 views, and I can't stress it enough of just don't be so hard on yourselves. If you guys are proud of what you're making, then be proud of it. Because content creation is not easy, and I struggle with it a lot too. Like don't think that partners or these big time streamers struggle to make content, because we do. Or don't think that we don't struggle, because we do struggle. And that's like a huge part of like keeping up with what's happening in the world, and like trying to make something refreshing and like something new that somebody's going to watch and like innovate the space. Obviously you can't do it every single video, but if you're proud of your content, be proud of it. Without that, then you can't really do much. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes the most sense, but be proud of what you make, I think, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Short and sweet, right?
Yeah, I get it. Cause like there's been times where I'm like, man, this video, like the video that I just made for the challenge, not a lot of people are gonna get my humor. So and it's okay as long as people see, hey, the concept first, or even like, cause even my first video, I think only maybe 5 people actually saw it. It's okay. I know that this is like out of the blue, nowhere, and so maybe once like down the road, someone's gonna look at this series and be like, yes, this like it's gonna be like me when I thought about this. I was sitting here like, one, I kind of draw a teaser because last like in December I was like, hey, I wasn't gonna do the respawn recruits this year, and I made sure I said this year. And so January came, and I even had this shirt hanging in the closet, like hanging right here by the door, talking to, like as a little teaser, because I already had this thing made, and I was like, yeah, I was ready because I just needed some time to like, how do I make this year be different from the past few years? Because first time I was just gaming. Second, I think the second time I spent myself dedicated on the wrong social media, where and not to like the wrong social media, but like I spent it on a place where it wasn't gaining a lot of traction, and it ended up like
Fizzling, basically.
Gone. And so like I was like, oh, I don't want to post my stuff on TikTok. I wanted to be like a leader, and I'm still gonna try to do, like, I'm still doing some like, hey, I want to be the trendsetter instead of just following there. I was gonna try to make
following the pack.
Right. So I was trying to do that, but it just didn't work out as well. So I was like, okay, and I think that's what hurt my second run. Then the third one, I did a little bit more. I started monologuing, and trying to find my niche there. And then now here I am with this. So I'm like, even if nobody sees like any of those videos, I mean, they're still up, if you see it in your recommended or something. Hey, I guess it's trying to work. So it's just like, at the end of the day, I'm proud of like what I've done, whether or not people see it or not. Like, I can't help that.
Means more, than anything.
Right.
And I'll give another piece of advice that I just realized that I thought of. Another one from Ludwig, that I think helped me, was the yoink and twist.
The good old yoink and twist.
Yeah, you yoink and twist. I'm telling you, because yes, you can be a leader in the pack, right? But if you're, even me, I am still a small creator, right? If I see a funny video that somebody else makes, I'm going to yoink it and I'm going to twist it and make it my own.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that too. I was just thinking, because I know that video that you're talking about too, because I seen it. And I was like, yes, like, I don't follow a lot of big people like that, but like I just saw it in my my feed as I'm just like trying to take notes for other stuff, and I was like, yo, that is exactly that's pretty much what I'm trying to go for here. And so I'm looking forward to it.
Twist, baby.
Yeah.
Like, it makes a bigger difference, I think, than some people realize, like making content your own. And I think that some people just try to rip each other's and just word for word, crap for crap. Like, no, make it yourself. Like, do what you want to do, and that will make the biggest impact. Like, I remember when my final video came out, And I don't know if you ever watched it, and it was like, I think it was like 12 minutes long, maybe not 12, maybe 10. And it's on my YouTube channel, and it was my final video for recruits of the year that I last competed. Um, and the video took me 4 days or something like that to film and edit, and that's with school and work. And I was so proud of it. When I didn't win, I was like, dang. I was like, this blows. I mean, I'll be honest, I cried a little bit. It sucked. I was streaming at the time. I'm sure that VOD's somewhere. And I didn't make it, and they announced the last one, and I was like, all right, well, you know what I mean? That sucks, but what can I do now? And I remember Darius messaged me, and he was like, hey, by the way, I showed this to our like more corporate side team, and they loved it. I just wanted to let you know that. And I think that put the biggest smile on my face, to say that I made them laugh and made it so enjoyable for them, and then they didn't pick me, shows that people have better content than me, and I accept that. But then they messaged me 2 months later, and I was like, this is it. I'm so glad I made an impression, and I'm so glad that I was able to change the way they thought of me. And I think that is like my biggest accomplishment, is having people not having people changing the way people think about me, or changing the world. And that sounds so silly and so cliche, but I want to make a difference, and I think that that is my goal in streaming. I've got a lot of people that come to me that are like, you know, hey, like I'm kind of struggling with this, I'm battling with this. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Come talk to me. Every time I close stream, I go, hey, make sure you're eating some water, drinking some food, and if you need anything, let me know. And every single time, it's always funny. And I've gotten messages right after stream, and like, hey, I'm not doing so well. I was like, let's talk. I'll jump on a call. If you're really there, like I'll be there for you. And I think I fostered a pretty good community. I'm crying a little bit. I'm proud of what I've done, and I think I fostered just such a good community, and I love my community.
Right. But yeah, I appreciate you for taking the time to be able to do this. It really means a lot. I'm trying to like,
Thank you for inviting me.
yeah, like freaking like I've been meaning to do this for a hot minute, to be able to actually hang out a little bit and kill two birds with one stone. But
So we're playing Valorant soon, right?
yeah, let me, cuz here's actually the thing. I feel like because of this, I haven't been gaming as much as I want to, because I'm so locked in on trying to do these videos.
That's a
But
good thing.
but hear me
It's
out.
okay.
I am willing to bend some time uh to like, because I pretty much don't have a schedule until I'm like, okay, let me make sure that whatever happens on Tuesday, of course, if I don't make the cut, then yeah, I'm free, whatever. I'll still work on this
Don't say
video.
that. Don't say that.
But no, but like no matter what, like I'll like, you hit me up or whatever, I am totally like, I'm all for it. I'll even,
Yeah.
I'm not even like me, first off, being able to like reach out to a partner or anything like that without it feeling like, for a lot of people that would be like intimidating or whatever, or
Yeah.
like maybe I'm trying to like, smooch off with somebody. Like, no, I'm not. Like, I like, we are regular people. We're like pretty much like, I don't like, I look at you and I feel like we're the same age. I talk to everybody like we're all the same age, like freaking, like,
I think the
because
best way to look at it is peers.
right, we're
We're
all
peers and we're friends.
right.
I
Like,
don't know.
I'm not like, I don't feel like, I don't like talking to people like if they're having like some kind of a, like, even if they're like maybe higher up than me, like, oh, they're like the boss or whatever. I like to try to be like, yeah, of course I give my guaranteed, respect and whatnot. But like, to be able to be casual, be able to talk like
Yeah.
regular conversation makes it so much easier. And so that's why I have to like be like, hey, he's just another person. He's just like me. Or, they're just like me. I shouldn't be scared to talk to people. And, I'm like,
Correct.
so
Even
that's,
I come across that sometimes. I get
yeah,
it, bro. When somebody has like 14K followers on Twitch, I'm like, hello, hi, can we play a game soon? It's scary. I get it, but I really hope that like people feel like, and I'm glad you messaged me, because I just love yapping. I love talking, and I love to just have fun. You know?
right. And yeah, like and that's another thing too. Like people look at like the 14K, the 1K. Like I even have 1K and I'm like you shouldn't be afraid to talk to me. Like
Yeah.
freaking I'm like just because someone has 1K doesn't mean like it's like yes, don't get me wrong. I'm appreciative of it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
It's
we all
just
are.
like there's more to it than just that big number. There's like with respawn numbers don't necessarily matter. You know,
Correct.
there's only a few places where that number matters. Like the follow number, like what matters for Epic, so that way you get that threshold,
You get your commission. Yeah. Yeah.
right? And then there's other places where oh you need this amount of concurrent viewers to be able to unlock this, you know, this code to try out this game, and I'm like, well,
Yep.
I can't get that, right? But
Exactly.
like
I mean,
I'm still as cool as anyone else. You know, I at least I try to be. So
I think
it
so. I
shouldn't.
think you're very cool.
Thanks, but but like
I'm being serious.
I still feel like you know like that's why I'm very appreciative of like stuff like this where if you're worried about the numbers, don't worry about the numbers too much. Like it will come, especially with like stuff like this, because I've
Hmm.
seen like there's like a bunch of people that I've seen that you know I was vouching for, and then I was like, yeah. Ever since like the main few people that I am gonna interview was like are gonna be the people that I vouch for. That's gonna be at the tail end. Spoiler,
Hmm.
but
Spoiler. Oh.
but the big thing that I was like, yo, once people saw what I saw, and I was like, yeah, and more people were able to, you know, join them, were able to hang out with them. They were able to build
Hmm.
communities and stuff like that. And that's pretty much where I want to be. Is where you know I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm talking to a wall. I just know that you know I'm doing good. Everyone's
Yeah.
doing good. We're you know I'm big chilling.
Bro's
Yeah,
just a chill guy. And
yeah,
I'll be honest with you, Freddie, you're very genuine, and I hope you know that that is noticed.
right,
Like, and I think that a lot of people need to realize that is that you're not going to go anywhere if you're not genuine. If you just are fake and you're behind these walls and behind these masks, you won't go anywhere. And or if you do go somewhere, it's not going to last. But if you're genuine and you try your best, everything will come in due time.
right.
Genuinely.
But there are some times where I'm generally actually trying to be an actor because like that was one of the like you look
Yes,
at the skit I like you see me try to work on my acting a little bit
that's
so
very
that's you
different.
know maybe and then also the wrestling gear trying to keep the kayfabe up like there's like I kid you not I was really about to go into this competition full on heel and I hope that people
Yep.
understands I was literally just pretending to be a heel I'm not fully actually being a villain because you know that would be horrible but like I luckily I you know luckily there's people
No,
that
but
understand wrestling and saw the wrestling stuff because I was like oh yeah let me give a
exactly.
stunner to stiff
And I think so.
but
And I think
yeah
that people you could tell. You can definitely tell. So I applaud you for being genuine because
right
there's a lot of people that aren't.
right
You know. So yeah.
yeah big thank you again Tyler Breadman
No, thank you.
make sure y'all check them out with the links in the description appreciate you and yeah that's gonna be it.
All right, man. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your night. Make sure you're eating your water, drinking your food.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and drink some cereal right after this.
Lovely idea.
Right. And that's gonna conclude this episode of Monday Night Respawn. A big long one because like I was having fun with it. But make sure you stay tuned next week. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot. And as always, I'm Fretty J. Y'all have a good day and a better tomorrow. Until next time, we'll see you.